Hey there guys, my name is Cam from Park Chrysler Jeep, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Grand Cherokee L's. This one right here that we have with us today is a Summit Reserve. One of the first things you'll notice is the new body style change of the Grand Cherokee L from the previous model Grand Cherokee. You'll see more squared off design, looks a little bit more aggressive. You see the nice headlight shape. You have the iconic 7-slot grille up front. You will notice there's a lot more available safety features that do come standard. So you'll see on this one, we do have the 6 parking sensors across the bottom there. It's all those circles right there. You'll notice the front-facing camera, as well as tucked in behind the grille there, you have your night vision camera as well. When we start getting around to the side, you'll see the beautiful 21-inch rims on the side here. Iconic Grand Cherokee logo here with the flag, and it is in the right direction for both sides. And you might notice as well, it's a more subtle feature, the cameras on the side of the mirrors as well. So there's going to be one camera on each mirror with the front camera and the rear camera. In addition to these two, they're going to create a 360 camera. So when we get inside, we'll kind of show that and look at that a little bit. The next thing we'll take a look at here is all of the new safety that they've added in these Grand Cherokee L's. So you will see that it is a little bit bigger. They added about 15 inches more than the previous Grand Cherokee, so it is going to be a little bit longer here, as well as they did add a little bit more reinforcement for the back doors here than the previous model Grand Cherokee, as well as added more available airbags. So inside we'll see the 12 available airbags for a lot more safety, keep the family safe, keep the kids safe. As we get around to the back here, you'll notice they're going to keep the Summit badging on all the Summits. They have the Grand Cherokee L badging on the side. You'll notice they do keep it a little bit more sporty. One of the cool things that you'll see is that they tucked in the exhaust, built it into the bumper there. Gives you more of a sporty feel. And don't worry, for those who have boats and trailers, there is a tow hitch right under this flap. So you still are able to get your tow hitch, so you can pull. With the 3.6 on the Grand Cherokee L, the Pentastar engine, you'll be pulling 6,200 pounds max. If you upgrade to the 5.7 liter V8, you can pull up to 7,200 pounds. On the back, you might notice there are 2 cameras in the back. So this camera right here, that one is going to be your rear view, your backup camera. And the camera up top here, which we'll get into on the inside, is our interior rear-facing camera. That one is going to be built into the rear view mirror. The first thing you notice when you take a look on the inside of one of these brand new Grand Cherokee L's, especially the Summit Reserves, you'll see the Palermo seats, the leather seats. This one is the Tupelo color, accented, really nice with the wood grain all the way around. One of the things we'll take a look at in the back seat here, you do notice the captain's chairs, which is a standard feature. When you get into the Summit trim, it actually does come with the second row console as well. So that's the console. If you do get the captain's chairs on the Overland and Limited trims, it will just be a walkthrough. Don't worry, if you do need the 7 seats, you can get the bench option as well. One of the cool things about the Summit Reserves is that in the rear standard you will get heated and ventilated second row seats, in addition to the heated and ventilated front seats. And also the front has the massage seats, which we'll get into a little bit later. Taking a look at some of the functionality on the inside of the second row here. If you do need the extra cargo space, you do have power folding seats in the Summit Reserve. That is standard. So if you needed to fold both of those seats down, there are buttons on both sides and also in the rear, which we'll get to in a little bit here, to fold up and down. And for access to get into the third row, the Grand Cherokee L's do feature a slide and tip seat. So you pull the tab on the shoulder and it folds forward. The reason why they went this route is if you had a car seat in the second seat here, in the captain's seat, and you needed to keep the seat in, you can fold it forward or tip it forward without having to take the seat out, so that people can access the third row. One of the things you'll notice standard on the Grand Cherokee L's is the power tailgate with lots of space in the back here. You do have, again, the buttons to put down both the seats in the third row here. And if you had a longer piece of cargo and you need the extra space and you don't want to walk all the way around to the second row to open those doors and put those seats down, you do have the buttons on the side here that will put down the second row as well. One of the other cool things, you do have an adjustable tailgate for if you are parking inside and you do need to have the tailgate not be as tall. So what you'll do, set it to your desired height. The button on the side here, you'll press and hold until the car beeps. And now it will not open past this height. Now that we're inside the vehicle, we'll kind of talk about some of the new styling and design features that they changed and updated from the previous model Grand Cherokee. First thing you notice, redesigned the whole dash and the whole front end here. So you'll see on the dash itself, in the pilot cockpit, you'll see a bigger dash screen, fully customizable, lots of menus, lots of safety features. One of the cool things that you'll see here, night vision camera, as well, which does pick up animals and pedestrians, as well as your driver assist screen. For when you're driving on long trips, you have your adaptive cruise, your lane keep active, your active lane management, stuff like that. Trip odometers. One of my favorite things about this screen is that you can actually pull up the navigation as well when you're driving, as opposed to just having it on the main display here. Next thing I'd like to talk about is the new 10.1 inch display. This is the Uconnect 5 system. So you'll notice from the previous model Grand Cherokee that they did update the overall user interface, styling, ease of use, lots of stuff to customize on here as well. One of the coolest things you'll see, you have driver profiles. So you can get into the profile, customize, set up all of your settings, presets, seat settings, and when you swap the driver profile, it will actually completely change all the settings for each driver that you have set up. One of the other things I always like to bring to attention, you have a quad zone climate control. So front driver, passenger, also rear side driver, rear passenger have their own climate controls. So if you want to set different climates for each person, you have that customization. Also available is the front massage seats. You have 5 different massage programs with 3 different intensities, which really will provide you a lot of comfort. Navigation, Bluetooth is standard. One of the cool things about the Uconnect 5 system is that you will have the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. So you do not need to plug in your phone anymore to utilize the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It is all wireless once you hook up your Bluetooth. Vehicle inside safety features, you do have the 360 camera as well. So there are cameras in the front, on the mirrors, and in the rear to utilize a full 360 view, so that when you are parking in spaces, you can get a whole view and see what is around your vehicle. Also have an interior fam cam where you can zoom in on each seat and you can see what the kids are doing in the back, make sure they're not fighting. In addition to the new screen, you'll also notice that they did bring back the hard buttons for your heated seats, ventilated seats, and heated steering wheel. That way you do not have to navigate through the screen every single time. If we go just below all the climate controls, you'll notice the wireless charger and your plugins, both USB-A and USB-C, as well as your 12-volt DC. And as we get down here, you'll notice a whole new display and a whole new setup for your shifter, your Quadra-Lift air ride suspension, and your Quadra-Track 2 drive or 4-wheel drive system. They switched to the rotary dial for overall ergonomics to make it more comfortable. So as you are resting and driving, changing into gear is very simple and easy. One of the cool features with the rotary dial that they did implement is they modeled it after a camera lens for photographers when they zoom. This is what you're going to be looking at as some of the styling for that is similar to a camera lens. Over on the left here, you have your Quadra-Track 2 4-wheel drive system. For those previous Grand Cherokee owners, you'll notice that it switched from the rotary dial to a paddle, where you can very easily toggle through your menus and your off-road settings for overall ease of use. It's very quick, very responsive to switch into the different modes. And you'll also notice as I swap into the different modes, the Quadra-Lift air ride suspension does also adjust. So when you are going into an off-road setting, it is going to realize that you're going to need a little bit more ground clearance, and it will raise the vehicle automatically when you change into those settings. One of the new available features that you can get in these Grand Cherokee L's, and that you will see in the upcoming Grand Wagoneers, is the Macintosh sound system. So the Grand Cherokee L's are actually equipped with the Macintosh 975 audio system. One of the cool things that you'll be able to see is their iconic Macintosh meters. It does change as the sound does change, or as the music is playing. One thing that you'll notice with the Macintosh system is that the sound does not diminish quality as you turn up the volume. So it's like having a concert in your car. Alright, a couple more of the features that we'll talk about here on the inside. We'll start with the available heads-up display. It is a customizable heads-up display. It does show you, and it's going to be really tough to see with the daylight out there, but it does show you your driver assist screen up front when you are driving. It has the miles per hour, and it will also show you when you are on the roads speed limit signs, so you have all of your information up at a glance. You don't have to look down at the dash, and you can very easily keep your eyes on the road as you are driving, still have all of that information. One of the other cool features that I really like with these new Grand Cherokee L's, they do have the available interior rear-facing camera. So what this is, you have your normal rear view mirror, hit the switch, and it is going to show you with one of the cameras on the back what is behind you. So the advantage to having something like this is if you're on a long trip, you have a bunch of bags filling up the back, say you're moving someone to college, everything's filled up, you're not going to be able to use your mirror to see out of the rear of your vehicle. This mirror is designed to make it so you can still see behind your vehicle with a bunch of stuff in the vehicle. That way you won't have any distractions or blockages, and you still have full line of sight. Next thing I'd like to talk about is the panoramic sunroof. So they did bring this back from the previous Grand Cherokees, but you have the full panoramic sunroof here. You have an openable front, fixed rear, lets in a lot of sunlight. Very nice to have.